Why is the music up? Are we ready?
The fucking music's played and finished ages ago. We're live now.
Okay.
We're ready to go. We've had about 5 minutes of complete radio silence, and now we're just chatting bullshit like normal.
What? All right. Me. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 241 for September the 20th, 2024. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Dave.
Hello.
And on my right by Neil.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Dave, Neil, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thanks for coming back, Dave. We missed you last week.
Did
Miss
we?
you guys. And I miss Pilch as well. Every time I'm off, like Pilch comes on. Like, oh.
Well, maybe when one of the others is off, we should just invite him on anyway.
Yeah.
Did you have a good week off? Is this something you're going to talk about in what you've been doing?
Yeah, slightly. Yeah, it wasn't a big thing. It was just a.
He was at the
event
thicket
I had to
roundabout
attend.
in Windsor, was it? Windsor?
Maidenhead.
Where was that?
No,
Maidenhead.
Windsor, Maidenhead.
That's an in-joke if you're the first-time listener.
Yeah. We're not going into it now, but it involves dogging.
I think that says it all, really.
Right, let's moving swiftly along, changing the subject as quickly as we can.
Well, we'll come back to that, I'm sure.
Footy! What we got in the way of football?
Well, the FPL was back next week, as was the Premier League, obviously. So, how did that go for everybody? Let's have a look. Well, we have a new leader at the top of the table. Nathan has usurped Will Barkley.
Oh. I thought that Will was the second coming, from what I'd heard.
Well, he's done okay. He'd had Salah and Haaland since the start, so obviously that was going quite well.
He's not top anymore, though.
No.
You know,
I think
success is fleeting in fantasy Premier League.
If I recall, he may have, I can't remember if it was a captaincy issue that may have, like, maybe, I don't know, I can't remember. Let's have a quick look. Oh no, he captained Haaland. I don't really know. It's just his previous performers obviously didn't perform. No Salah points last week, which is obviously where I've been getting the beasting recently. But yeah, he was not the top scorer, Nathan. It was Phil Taylor. Yeah. 85 points in a week where the average for the entire game was 51.
Yeah, not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Ooh.
Dave, did you manage to get the average?
I beat the average.
All right.
Nice work, Dave. But what I did here is, if you did well last week, chances are you're going to do shit going forward. Because all the normal good point scorers, the reliable point scorers, other than maybe Saka and Haaland, didn't really deliver last week.
I have made some changes today.
Ooh, exciting. I need to have a look. I was not best pleased with mine last week. I haven't made a late change to fucking use my 2 free transfers. I brought in Salah and João Pedro. And João Pedro, no one fucking said anything last week until the fucking about a minute before the match that he had a knock in the international duty. And I was like, oh, that's nice to know after I've made a fucking transfer.
So that kind of information is like quite nice before.
Yeah, they have like fucking press conferences on a Friday and no mention of it whatsoever. That's interesting.
Well, he was 75%, wasn't he? Yeah, I guess they didn't mention it.
No, it wasn't mentioned. There was no yellow flag or anything when I made the transfer. There was nothing.
No, when you made it before the game, there was.
Yeah, literally about fucking 10 minutes before the game, he came up.
I put him in as well. And then he didn't play. So, but I've kept him in.
Like, yeah. So, not very best pleased with that. Could have gone. I was like, shall I go Danny Welbeck or shall I go João Pedro? Turns out neither of them did anything. Well, he didn't do anything either.
Goal, didn't he?
No. I don't think he did last week.
Oh, didn't he? Oh, no.
No, it was 0-0, wasn't it?
The first 2 weeks he got goals, was it?
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks he got goals, yeah. He's up there with points, but he hasn't done much in the last couple of weeks, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're cheapies, so you got to hope.
You got to fill up with the cheapies.
Yeah, if you want Salah and Haaland, you definitely have some cheapies around your squad. And as forwards go, that are actually playing, usually, they were the best options I felt at the time. So don't really want to go.
Wrong.
I don't want to go for the woodchopper at Forest.
Don't lower yourself.
No, I'm not having it. Well, I'll make it a basic rule to not have any Forest players. So,
Why would you?
I don't know. A couple of them are doing okay. Hudson Odoi, when he plays, he scores usually, it seems. Like he comes on a sub, fucking does his little thing, runs down the left, cuts inside onto his right foot, pings one in the top corner. So, fucking does it every time. Don't understand how the defenders aren't stopping it, to be honest. Because he does exactly the same thing every time he scores. But there we go. What do I know? I'm not a Premier League footballer.
You do know some stuff, though. Was it you who mentioned to me about what's his face at Villa? Doonan? What is it?
John Duran.
Duran, yeah.
Yeah, he's got more goals per minute than Haaland.
Lo and behold, he comes on again and scores.
And what a goal he scored.
Yeah. Really
an outrageous. One of those, what do they call them? Thunder bastards? It's a thunder bastard? Or Thronker or something? It's a bit of a thunder bastard. It was like 30 odd yards out and he just fucking let rip. It was it's like one of those who strikes it across the ball with the outside of his foot kind of thing. It just like swerved into the fucking hit the post. Hit the post and fucking smashed in, and it was like, yeah, that was pretty good. There was another there's been Champions League in the week. We'll maybe talk about that. So yeah. Well done, Phil Taylor, 85. Pilch Reed goes and gets 71 points last week, but he wasn't. Was he the second top scorer? Or was there someone else? No, he was the second top scorer at 71. So that's a good week for Phil Taylor if the next place in the league is 14 points less. And then, there was a few in the 60s. There were 4 wild cards, I believe, again. You were one of them, Fraser.
Yes.
You were the best wild card last week on points.
Was I really?
Yeah, you got the average at 51. Every other wild card I saw was in the 30s and 20s.
Oh, that's shocking.
Isn't it?
In the 20s?
Yeah, well, I won't mention who that is. Hey, Lewis. Sorry. Oh, did it slip out? I don't know.
No way. Lewis scored 20s.
28 points on a wild card. Ooh. Ooh.
It's harsh.
Yeah. I'll just guess who I played in the head-to-head last week?
Lewis?
Yes. I beat him by 25 points. Nice.
It's that you don't get the points as points for actual.
Should do points difference in the head-to-head league instead of just telling you how many points overall you've got and sorting it that way. Should have your points difference in every fixture. Surely that would be better. I'm sure it used to do that.
I beat Redmond in the head-to-head. 9-15. Oh, he's got 20 points on the bench. Ouch.
Oh yeah, the Yanks getting spanked. We love that.
How did I do on my head-to-head?
Let's have a quick look at the head-to-head while we're on it.
You won against Tim Bradstock, 56-47.
Good week all round for the Podders.
Yes.
There was a few hits taken.
American, let's just call him Tim Bradstock, you Yankee bastard.
He's an honorary American for the week. Who is it? Someone. Who's Grump FC? FC Grump, sorry. Chris Jackson says they got 17 points. I noticed he'd taken a 12-point hit last week. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But that's how he ended up with so few points. Because in the head-to-head league, basically, if you take a hit, you start on however many minus points you're on in the head-to-head. So there's a few.
It's your net for the week.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for Gary, the Falaise. He had a good score. It was against Pilch.
Oh dear, another American gone down. Look, here's another American. Chipper Spice lost to Elusive Man. Come on, America, pull your finger out.
Luciano, he was the only one, isn't he? That actually held up their end.
I already said Luch. I picked Luch for winning 1 year. I told you. I can smell it.
You sure that's what it is? Could be something else. You've not left something on the art.
I can smell my own bullshit. That's probably what I can smell.
So where's this? Got to get back to the stats. The head-to-head, we're down to 3 teams that have won all their games. Fraser, you're one of them.
Oh, nice.
And your old arch enemy, David Kinsit. Another one. And the aforementioned former leader of the overall league, Will Barkley, has also won all 4 games.
Oh, I'm after you, Barkley, in there.
And at the bottom of the league, we've still got 4 teams on 0. Scott
I'm not one
Patton,
of them anymore.
Chipper Spurs. Yes, Dave, you won. That was your first win of
Yeah,
in the head
it
to head.
was, yeah.
Daisy Reed and Kev. Kev.
Yeah, Kev.
Hopefully, if they pay some attention to their team, maybe they might get a win. Get that monkey off your back, as it were.
Kev had a good week as well. He had 60 points.
Yeah, but he taken a hit, so in the head to head, he didn't get that many points. What was I going to say? Yeah, so outside of Premier League, we've had midweek games. There was a fear over Ollie Watkins for the weekend, but apparently Emery, his boss, says he's 100% available for the weekend. So watch him start John Duran instead this weekend.
He's 100% fit to start.
Doesn't mean he's going to.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne, has he got a bit of an injury? Maybe.
Yeah, I heard he got injured, didn't he?
He went off injured, I think. Alexander Isak.
I mean, if you have a sniff of an injury with De Bruyne, you might as well assume he's injured.
Yeah. Isak off for Newcastle. He's being assessed late. He's training today apparently, but it was being assessed very late, so we don't know anything about Isak. He's been transferred out by fucking loads of people in the last few weeks because he's expensive and not getting any points or many points. So yeah, people are moving off and going into the cheaper options, maybe to afford a Haaland or a Salah or a Saka. And yeah, so we've had Champions League is the big competition in the week. We had a possibly even better goal from a centre back. Is De Bast? He's Belgian. I can't remember who it was for. He absolutely slapped one in from fucking miles out, and that was another one. It just like pings off the post as it goes in. I was like, oh, that was beauty. It's his only ever goal, ever, and it was an absolute screamer. And so I was listening to a podcast. They said, I hope he never scores ever again. And it's just his only ever goal is just an absolute screamer. And then, so Man City played and drew a 0-0 against Inter. Was that no? Was that right? Yeah, Arsenal played Atalanta away. That was a 0-0. Is that right? Man City drew 0-0? That's right, isn't it?
Don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We do Champions League, do we?
No, but it's like, I think, like I say, De Bruyne got a bit of a crock, and I don't think anyone else really suffered. Arsenal, I think, all came through the game okay. Saka keeps going off, which is a bit of a worry if you've got him, because he's expensive. And then on the Tuesday, what was it? Who's the other teams in it? Villa beat Young Boys. It was boys v men, apparently. And the other team is Liverpool. They beat Milan 3-1 after going down 1-0 very early. And as far as I know, everyone's come through that game all right as well. Then we had League Cups. Man United, certain Marcus Rashford scored, and he scored the weekend before in the Premier League, who's obviously had a bit of a stinker for about 18 months. But if he gets back scoring, he's a pretty good option because he's only about 6.8 million or something.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. So if he hits form, if he continues that sort of form,
I'm scared around the minimum amount of money and thinking, who bring in the value.
Yeah, I mean, the year he did really well, he was about 7.5 million or something, and he was just fucking banging in goals all the time.
Yeah.
And then the year after that, he scored about 3 goals or something stupid.
Yeah, I had him for the whole season, I think. Thinking, he'll get back to form.
Mate, it just needs another goal, and then he'll just go on a run. But yeah, it never happened that year. And then this year, like I say, the first few weeks was a bit ropey, and then he's scored a few the last couple of games. So maybe he's about to hit a rich vein of form. Who knows, though? It's Man United. They won 7-0, but it was Barnsley. So,
it was Barnsley.
No offence, Barnsley, but it's not Man City, is it? And then, there was a few other games in the cup. I've not really heard anything about anyone going out injured majorly. So, but yes, probably worth having a look. We've got, I think it's the other European fixtures coming up in the next week. So the ones who didn't qualify for Champions League will play in the next week, which is like Europa League and Europa Conference League or whatever it's called, coming up in the next few days. So that'll be one to keep an eye on before we make any transfers. Maybe for next week, make sure you haven't fucking transferred in someone who just got injured on European games or whatever. But yeah, I think that's about it for football. I think that's enough.
All right. Let's move on then to what we know. Let's move on to listener stuff.
Ooh. You know, it's through the curveball there.
Yes. So the first thing, we did have Lee Griggs in our Discord posted a very interesting bit of AI, which you would have heard at the start of the show because it was my intention to put it in at the start of the show. Very
not on the
odd.
live show, not on the live version of the show.
No. So if you're listening to, if you're downloading later, and Chill Robots had a go as well. So we had a couple of those to listen to. They're very strange, aren't they?
I didn't know what I was clicking on to start. Like there was just like was it Lee's just put in, this is via Notebook LM or whatever, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. So I played it and I was like, it's just a man and a woman talking about the Seal podcast, and it's like, this is very weird. And I'm like, this is clearly not real people. After a while, you're like, this is not real. This is just skimming shit off the website, skimming shit off the website and what have you, and just turning it into a conversation.
Website, so you know that every point they're dropping is about the website.
Well, it wasn't all of that. It was just like they had some weird, I don't know, AI bullshit, but just guesses stuff, obviously, I guess. But yeah, it was fucking weird to listen to. It's like, this is very creepy. Like how, what, you're not going to be able to believe anything you see or hear in a short period of time, it seems.
It's true. Yeah, very interesting. I don't find it creepy at all. I think it's fascinating. I mean, I can understand why people get a little bit sort of like, oh shit, but
I mean it's fine for fun things, isn't it? But when it starts getting used in serious things, you're like, that's a bit fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine
doing a big thing about this at work recently about AI implementation and stuff. Yeah, it's very powerful.
But it's fucking up the internet. Like,
good.
It's not good because you can't find the answers to things anymore.
It's creating content which other AI is reading and using as its content to build on information that it knows about, and it's
but it doesn't know because it's only skimming off the internet. And if someone puts a load of bullshit on the internet, then all you get is bullshit.
Yeah,
self-perpetuating.
It's there is a bit of that, and there's I've been learning about AI hallucination. Basically, AI tries to make a guess on creating new content, but that what it thinks is a guess, it then takes as a truth and then runs with that, and it basically messes itself up. This
is how you end up with fucking everything launching nuclear weapons against each other, and Terminators coming back to try and alter time.
But AI hallucinations is quite a very interesting subject if you're into it, and a problem that people are trying to work around.
Fucking hope they managed to sort that problem out.
Making creative AI. Yeah, it's amazing. It's it's the next big thing. It's like
this is not the next NFTs then. This is actually legit. Is it AI?
No, but no. It's technology. It's it's evolution of technology, and every time we have an evolution of technology,
people didn't trust engines, or
of course.
steam engines.
I mean, you go back to the Luddites smashing the machines in the factories, and I mean, it's a story.
You can't smash an AI.
Right? Yeah.
But it's the same thing, right? So it will come through.
Yeah.
We have to.
Some of us will.
Yeah.
A ragtag
so that was pretty cool.
Of, like fucking mercenaries that are trying to fight back the machines.
Yeah, you're really onto this Terminator thing, aren't you? Paul W says, does it seem as if Ubisoft games have instant online hate, regardless of how good they are? I find most Ubisoft games to be very good. I finished and enjoyed the recently online, instantly hated Star Wars Outlaws game. I had 50 hours of fun with lots of side quests left to enjoy. Anyone? Anyone want to
I'm
address
not
that?
a Ubi fan, I have to say. I got very tired of the formula after playing for Far Cry 4 was the one I finished, and that finished me, I think, for anything other than that, because they're all very formulaic.
Yeah.
And I just get bored. I think it was Odyssey that was the one that finally just killed me, because I was like, I've done nothing for 20 hours. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. I mean, I think there's an element of that, right? Gamers are, it's like I was listening to the veteran. Bizarrely, I was listening to the veteran gamers from an episode from June. It just happened to be the only one I had on my phone when I was driving somewhere. And there was a point in there as well which I needed to bring up with Chinny. Yeah, if you listen to this episode, Chinny was saying they were talking about the new Metal Gear Solid Delta, and Chinny was saying that it was a remake of the Nintendo remake of Metal Gear Solid, which he's not correct at all.
You're saying they've got something wrong on the veteran gamers?
I think they got so. I know he got that wrong. The Metal Gear Solid game, Snake Eater was Metal Gear Solid 3, which I don't know how he didn't know that.
He's not a Metal Gear fan, is he?
Huh?
He's not a Metal Gear fan,
I guess not. Not in my eyes, he isn't
not a
anymore.
proper fan. He's a plastic fan.
Yeah, so that was Metal Gear Solid 3, and then the remake of Metal Gear Solid on the GameCube was called the Twin Snakes, and it wasn't very good.
So what was on Super Nintendo? Did you say that? Sorry, I missed that. That was the original Metal Gear.
There was one on. No, I don't think. No, there wasn't a.
Oh, they were on that MSX, weren't they? MSX was
the original. Gear, the original sort of 2D games or whatever were.
Was it MSX? It was like the Japanese multi-branded home computer, wasn't it? MSX.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'm not that much of a fanboy to go into that much detail, but
call yourself a fan.
Yeah, I know. Plastic. Where was I going with that? And then Stu, I mean they were talking, Chinny was talking about upcoming games and mentioned Call of Duty Black Ops 6 or whatever, and then Stu went on a rant about it and how he was, fed up of it all or whatever like that. And I think there's an element of burnout, when you see yet another Far Cry game and yet another Assassin's Creed game. And in fact, I've been reading on another Discord here, the problem with it's so difficult for developers to take a punt on something new where tried and tested formulas are almost guaranteed to bring in at least...
You're at least going to break even. Hopefully.
Yeah, you're going to hopefully make something, right? And so there's safer bets. But I think we as consumers are a little bit fed up of it, right? I am. I mean, but I've never been,
Just do what Sony do and just wait 2 years and remake the same game you've already done and bring it out again.
Yeah, there is that. But no, Ubisoft has, they've got some good stuff in the catalog,
I was intrigued by the Outlaws game, but I heard a lot of the things that I heard that were not good, or the things that people didn't like about it, were the things that made me think I'm not sure I'd like that either. Which was the stealthy missions, lots of stealth, and
I heard that.
It was a brutal amount of failure of stealth, and I'm like, I can't be doing that.
That sounds right up your alley.
No, not like creeping around and then going 10 minutes in or something and then having to do the whole fucking thing again because someone assaulted you or whatever. That doesn't sound fun. So yeah, more power to you if you like the games. But I haven't played a Ubisoft game since Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Basically, I've just avoided everything other than maybe I played a bit of X Defiant because obviously that's not going to be the same. But I ain't playing that anymore. Or I can't really think of anything. I played a bit of Division, but even that, they're similar sort of formula. It's different style of game. That was the Destiny I guess, but faced in the real world. I mean,
if you're going to play an extraction shooter,
yeah. We found the good game, and now we just play the good game. Yeah. We don't play the shit ones anymore.
We like the good game now.
Well, I haven't liked it the last couple of days.
Sure. No, the last couple of days. Oh, I didn't play the last night, but anyway. Thank you, Paul W. Appreciate that. MS Ranger says, "Evening, boys. What are your thoughts on the new Dragon Age? Heard a review pod on Kinda Funny, and they all highly rated it. One going as far as, and in quotes, if the game carries on as good as the 5 hours we played, this will be right up there for my game of the year. This has got me really excited, so I can't wait. You know, I've not played any Dragon Ages, and I feel like it's a series that I should have at least dipped my toe into once.
I don't think you want to go back and play the first one, maybe.
I think this was it. The second or the third one was the one.
I think two's supposed to be good, and I think three's probably, but it's the Inquiggy-Wig, as they say in other places. Inquisition. I think that's supposed to be very good.
Yeah, I've got Origins.
Yeah, I played a bit of Origins.
I think I own them. I think
it's
I own
proper
them all,
old now. It's proper old.
Is
now.
it?
We're going back to it now. It's like, I don't know, 15 years old or something. It looks old.
I'm a little bit excited about it, and the Veteran Gamers on that podcast I was listening to, that was one of the things Stu said he was excited about.
Well, he was massively into Inquisition, wasn't he? I seem to recall that was a while ago, and I just I feel like I remember him banging on about that a lot, and it becoming a bit. I mean,
I remember that there were a ton. In fact, I think Dragon Age Inquisition. We're going back.
That's a while ago. That's like 10 years ago.
Isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
That's back overseas when I was on the Overseas Connection. I can remember them talking about that. Yeah, I'm interested by association that I hear so many people interested in it and excited for it. So
people are saying for it. This is like, or this has got, like Mass Effect was all right, and then Mass Effect 2, everyone was like, "Fuck me, this is amazing." This is the Mass Effect 2 of Dragon Age, supposedly. It's like, This is going to be like, if you like Dragon Age, then you're going to really fucking love this game because it's amazing. But I played, I don't know, a few hours of the first one, and it was like, when I played it, it was old, and that was a few years ago. So it's like,
Oh yeah. Well, I did. Even though I'm interested, it is absolutely 99% probable that I will play it for like 30 minutes and go, no thanks. But I'm willing to give it a try. For 30 minutes.
Well, the thing is, it's like, since all of those other games, a big D&D based role playing game came out and just blew everyone's minds.
Yes. Are you going to say
Baldur's Gate 3 just like changed the landscape.
That's still on my radar. I think I have that on order from the library to play at some point. Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure it's your cup of tea. It's a lot of story.
Yeah, but again, it's one.
But you do get to fuck a bear if you want to.
Well, it's good. Well, it's coming from the library. What? Hey, what?
You can fuck a bear.
Can I?
Well, you not in real life.
Well, you can in real life. Well,
money can buy you anything now.
Well, I guess I wouldn't. It might not be a live bear though. If you was to, I wouldn't recommend it with a real live bear.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll try. Yeah, Baldur's Gate though. I mean,
maybe you'll try fucking a bear.
Too. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Try anything once.
Well, you've at least got wild bears near you. You could just invite one in for tea. Come in for coffee, mate. You never know where things might lead to.
Bit of Rohypnol in his coffee.
Just make sure you get the dosage correct. You don't want him waking up halfway through.
I don't recall the AI talking about this that we talk about, right?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so we'll see. Mark, thank you for the email. Derek Signs has something for us here. Is there anything else before we go into Derek's? No. Okay.
Let me just double check.
We have a quiz.
No, nothing else.
How exciting.
There's a little bit of blurb before the quiz.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that. Hold your horses. I'm just getting out some paper and a pen.
Oh, he's getting prepped. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab another drink.
Oh, nice. Proper prep. Okay, so Derek says, just, hey, Seal Podcast, after loading some music onto my new MP3 player. Anybody who's interested, Derek bought himself a Majority MP3 Pro. Looks like he got
super slim Bluetooth MP3 player with earphones.
Yes, and inbuilt speaker, expandable to 128 gig.
Expandable by 128 gigs. Already has 64 gigs. 64 gigs is a lot of podcasts. I feel like
it is a lot of music. Yeah, definitely.
It is. Yeah. He says, after loading some music onto my new MP3 player, I realized there are many singers with group names attached to them. So I thought I'd give you a quiz along those lines. Just complete the name for a point. Clues 1 and 2 can be answered in any order, and the full names are in the attached document when your guessing is over. Okay. Are we ready? I've got my pen and paper.
I had a little look at. I haven't looked at any research, googled any, but I did look through this and go, yeah, I know a few of these, but there's definitely some ones I'm like, not sure about that one.
I think we're relying on you guys to do the heavy lifting here. So number 1, Prince and.
Would you like to go first?
The new power generation.
Oh, okay. You got another one? Or have you got the other one?
I did know the other one. I forgot.
Well, the other one is the first one. The Revolution.
Prince and the Revolution.
Yes.
ATR. Okay. Number 3, Nick Cave and Dave would know. Yeah, Dave knows this. Yeah, grungy sort of stuff, isn't it?
Is it?
Yep. Murder Ballads. Best album.
Murder Ballads. That's the name of an album, is it? It is. What did you call it? It's not really grunge, is it? It's sort of weird. Lounge room depressing.
I think Madonna, one of the ones on Murder Ballads, he sings with Madonna.
Yeah, it's pretty sort of
fantastic. He's
pretty niche.
Nick Cave, I've always thought he's going to be sort of a bit too moody for me.
He's not quite Leonard Cohen, I don't think, but you know.
Number 4, I have no idea. Derek and.
I'm going with the Dominoes.
Oh.
Which is Eric Clapton, I believe.
Okay. Number 5 is Lloyd Cole and the Commotions.
Yes.
I used to love Lloyd Cole and the Commotions. Number 6, Desmond Decker and.
I know. I should know this.
No idea.
I can't think what it is, but I feel like this is one of the ones that's like I know that, but it's not really entering my head.
I don't know it. Number 7, I bet Dave knows this one. Hootie and.
Oh,
maybe not. Neil knows it though.
Do I?
No.
Do you know
maybe it's me. I know it. Yeah.
Is it the Blowfish?
It's the Blowfish.
Yeah,
the Blowfish.
That's it.
Number 8, Jonathan Richman and.
That's not a name. That name does not ring a bell.
It's cup of tea. I love it. Don't know that one. Number 9. Oh, I know this one. Joan Jett and.
I sort of don't remember.
Blackhearts.
That's it. For fuck's sake.
Number 10, Diana Ross and the Supremes.
That's it. Yes.
Right.
Number 11, Smokey Robinson and.
Should know that, but I don't.
I don't know that one. Number 12, John Lennon and.
Yoko Ono.
Yoko, right?
Well, that's not a band, is it? It's just one person. Is it John Lennon and the Beatles? Were they known as the John Lennon and the Beatles very early?
I don't
know.
I don't think so. What do we want? Yoko or the Beatles?
Honestly,
I think Yoko.
I think Yoko.
That was definitely one I remember, but it doesn't sound like a band.
All right, we got 2 people voting for Yoko. That's enough. Democracy rules.
It's good. Does it? Not for long.
Number 13, Bob Marley.
Wailers.
And the only reggae album for millions of people. Yeah, we know that one. 14. Oh, hang on a second.
What have you done? Missed one out,
I've lost. 11, 12 was Yoko. 13 was the Wailers. 14, Bruce Hornsby and.
Do you know this one?
Yes.
So do I.
Dave, I expected better from you in this quiz.
No,
he's the music guy.
Idea. Yeah, I know.
But it's obviously he's got his lane. He's got his music lane. He doesn't veer off.
He's got his lane now. He doesn't veer off. And I tell you what, Dave doesn't do. He doesn't look in the rearview mirror as much as us. I don't think.
The range.
Bruce Hornsby and the range. Yeah, 15. Elvis Costello and this one I don't know.
Fuck, I knew this.
Probably if I thought about it, I might get it.
But I do know that, but it's completely left in my head.
Somebody, the Elvis Costello and the
I can't remember.
We come back to that.
Attractions.
Yes. Well done.
Oh, wow. Okay.
See,
good job.
He's got one. He's got one.
There we go. 16, Tom Petty and
The
Breakers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heartbreakers.
I
don't know this one.
I do. Neil Young and Crazy Horse.
Oh.
Crazy Horse?
I think so, yeah. Number 18, Paul McCartney and
Wings.
The Eagles.
Wings.
Wings.
Wings?
Yes.
Yeah.
Live and Let Die. They did that, didn't they?
Yeah.
And
no, the Eagles are a completely different band.
yes, they totally are.
Right, yes.
Paul McCartney's not in the Eagles. I don't know who's in Wings, to be honest. There could be some Americans in that. I don't know.
Linda McCartney.
Was she?
Yeah.
Did she do the singing?
I
assume not.
I don't really know much about Wings. I sort of like Wings. I probably like Wings more than I like the Beatles. And
They did one. There's one that keeps playing at Tesco's. I can't think what it is then. It's Band on the Run. That's Wings, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You should tell them to piss off. The buskers are not allowed in Tesco.
Yeah. Paul McCartney, imagine him just busking outside Tesco's. People go, fuck off, mate.
19, Huey Lewis and...
I know this one.
Go on, Dave.
I know Huey Lewis. He's in
a band.
I thought it was in Fun Loving Criminals, but it's not.
No, that's Huey someone else.
Yeah. No, I'm
Huey Lewis, they're a current affairs band.
Brilliant. The News, Dave. The News.
The News. Okay.
And number 20. Come on, Dave.
Never heard of this guy.
You've never heard of Ian Dury? Hit me with your rhythm stick, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Blockheads.
Ian Dury, the Blockheads, yep. Dave.
Andy Cox in the chat filling us in. Linda McCartney played keyboards. She definitely didn't sing because I've heard her sing. And you'd know if she was singing. Let's put it that way.
Okay, let's see. What did we miss out? Number 6, just to recap just quickly. 6 was Desmond Decker.
Oh, fuck.
Don't know. Anyone in chat want to have a go? Don't look it up. Bunch of cheaters.
I should know that. As soon as someone says it, I'll know. Well, obviously, I'll know as soon as someone says it because they've just told you. But Arnie's saying it's before his time. Never heard of the Beatles either, I assume.
Most of these are before our time.
Are you searching?
I'm searching. I'm looking at Desmond Decker.
What is it then? Well, it's
we'll get the answer.
Jamaican ska. Okay. Oh, right. Okay.
You know it now.
Who was it?
Don't know. We get the answers in a minute.
All right, let's just go through the answers then. Come on.
Yeah.
I'll have to open an email now, and I forgot about it. Close my email program. It's fine. It won't take a fucking minute. Jesus, wept.
Then what are you moaning about?
I'm not moaning. You're fucking moaning. The answers. Number 1 or 2, Prince and he's got it in order of when they came out. The Revolution was the first one, and second was the New Power Generation. Correct.
This is the same person, the Prince, with 2 different backing bands.
Same Prince, yeah. He had 2 bands. Well, probably had multiple people in different bands, to be fair. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
Yep.
It was indeed Derek and the Dominoes.
Nice.
If you'd like to look that up, I'm pretty sure that is Eric Clapton. Lloyd Cole and indeed the Commotions, without the indeed. Desmond Decker and, as Andy Cox says, the Israelites was correct.
Israelites.
I'm not sure that was that, to be fair. Hootie and there was the Blowfish.
Wasn't that, what was the, here we go, here's quick. So that song, Me Israelite.
Yeah, that was a Maxell cassettes advert.
Was it Maxell cassettes?
I'm pretty sure it was Maxell cassettes. It was definitely cassettes because you could hear the difference.
No,
on
it
Maxell.
wasn't.
Or was it TDK?
Oh, that's not the one No, I'm thinking of a different one. It was Vitalite.
Vitalite, yeah, I remember the Vitalite one.
No, I didn't say.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning wanting some breakfast.
Yep.
Me Israelite was definitely the cassette one.
Can you imagine that? Your legacy where you're singing about the Israelites and then you're getting the residuals from a margarine
sunflower
spread
oil
commercial.
spread.
Fuck me. Oh, I like the fact that I noticed today Banksy has a store. There's the Banksy store. That's brilliant.
Banksy, the people who knows who he is. How's he going to get any money?
Do they know who he is?
Well, so I assume somebody knows who he's like the person who opened a fucking bank account.
I like the fact that sort of like, this sort of radical anarchist sort of urban graffiti artist now has a store where I can purchase T-shirts. Brilliant. Fuck me.
Andy agrees with me, Maxwell tapes.
If you actually want to look up who Banksy is.
Maxwell tapes or Maxell?
It was Maxell. I'm assuming that's an autocorrect because it's Maxell, as far as I remember. Maxwell is just probably an autocorrect.
Sorry, Dave, you were saying something there.
Yeah, everyone knows who Banksy is. Like, it's literally, you can just look up who's Banksy, and the Daily Mirror does it every year. A story about who Banksy is. Banksy is not a very clever change on his surname. So
someone banks then, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. Number 7.
Number 7 was Hootie and the Blowfish.
Number 8.
Right, we didn't know this one, did we? No one had a clue.
I said, and a nice cup of tea.
Well, it wasn't a nice cup of tea.
Connor, Jonathan, a Richmond, and a nice cup of tea.
Oh, I see. Nice, like it. Richmond, I've seen one of them for a while. The Modern Lovers. Still haven't fucking heard of that.
Nope.
Maybe we'll be checking them out later. Maybe I'll try and play us out with them. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Diana Ross and the Supremes. Oh, for fuck's sake. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
I still wouldn't have got that.
Nope.
Feel like I should have done.
You're our quiz guru.
Well, this was obviously a weak round. John Lennon. It's not Yoko Ono. It's the Plastic Ono Band. Obviously, not the real Ono Band, the plastic one.
Okay, we don't get that,
Well, we're having a massive delay here because Andy Cox has just wrote Modern Lovers in the chat, and I've answered 3 since then.
Well, we are reeling them off, so.
Yeah. Bob Marley and the Wailers, obviously.
Yep.
Bruce Hornsby and the Range. Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Dave. Nice work. Tom Petty.
Why I knew that? I definitely saw it recently. I think I was looking for LPs, actually. That's probably what I was doing.
Did I say Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers?
No.
Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Well done, please. Paul McCartney and Wings. Huey Lewis and The News. And Ian Dury and the Blockheads. So how did we do overall?
1, 2, 3. Only 4 we didn't get. So 16 out of 20.
That's all right. Feel like that's rock legend status.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. Well done, Derek.
Yeah, we love that.
Thanks, Derek.
That was a good one. Not that your others aren't good, but this was the best. Just saying. Well, that I can remember from the last few weeks.
As in the only one you remember from the last few weeks.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's great, Derek. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Okay, that's pretty much the listener stuff. Let's move on then to what we've been doing. Let's start with Dave because he was not here. Oh my God, he's got bike news.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I bought a new motorbike.
What?
Yeah, I chopped my XR in for a MV Augusta F3.
Is that the one you first posted a picture of us to?
It is, yes.
It's the silly.
So you got rid of the one that you loved.
So I got rid of the one that I loved.
You get a sports bike.
This is he was married to that one, and now he's just fucking this one. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, he's binned the other one, hasn't he? He's binned her off.
So basically, I was looking at, but like I have a few.
What are we getting here now? Are we going to get the justification that you gave to family and wife and all that sort of stuff, or are we going to get the honest truth to the lads?
I think a mix of both. So I a bit of one, bit of the other. So I've been looking at smaller middleweight bikes for a while now, and I've had a test ride on a few of them, a few Triumphs, Daytona 660 and a Triumph 765, and they weren't quite in the wheelhouse of what I wanted. They were smaller, but they just weren't doing it for me.
Didn't have enough punch.
Nothing that I didn't get off the bike and think, wow, that's what I want to chop my really nice bike that I absolutely love. I don't want to chop it in for this because it's just not as good. So, and then I went down the route of, okay, right, I'm not looking at other bikes to buy. I'm looking at bikes that are just beautiful, that are really nice. That like a couple of years in the future, I got to save for a bit of money. And I saw this MV Agusta Double R, and I was like, that is a really beautiful bike. It's for way too much money. Like they're very rare at being sold secondhand because there's
People don't
only a
sell them.
couple of people don't sell them. They're just amazing bikes. And if you
They've
got one, you
soiled
keep
them
on
too
going.
heavily for it to be worth anything.
So I thought, you know, I was looking, and I was going on looking at all the videos and stuff, and I was looking around, and randomly, one day I looked on Auto Trader, and one came up, and basically it's what somebody had done is they chopped in their MV Agusta at the local BMW garage that I know very well, and I think they bought a double R. Chopped theirs in, bought a double R, but the BMW garage didn't know what they had, and it was
Ow.
offered ridiculously cheap, like 10 grand less than what it should be. They didn't realise it had all the sports.
So you had to buy it,
package on it.
basically.
I didn't really have a choice.
It's like, I'll just buy this and fucking sell it tomorrow for 10 grand more. Or I could just keep it.
I could. They just didn't. I think they thought they had the standard bike that is on all the websites for the amount that it is, but they didn't. They've got. Well, they were selling, and now I've got is the basically the top notch version with all the sports, with all the akrapovic redone exhaust systems, the sports package, and the track package, updated suspension, everything on the bike that could have been bought
All
to
the
make
optional
this,
extras.
all with the
added.
optional extras, everything.
Has it got a heated seat?
No.
It's heated, but not via electrical elements.
Yeah. It gets hot.
Well, just remember, Dave, the low price you paid for is even what. Think of an even lower number, and
They've traded it in
for it, right?
Yeah,
That's brutal.
Yeah.
How did he trade it in for so few pounds?
So
that's what they do, mate. My boss, he has he's got a Camaro or whatever that's tricked out and like just insane, right? And like the money the dealers are offering him for him is just pennies, right?
Yeah.
Pennies on what it's worth.
Yeah.
They got to make some money somehow. Mint Safe's in the chat before you carry on, Dave. He says, "Is it me, or does this story sound like the version Dave told his wife? I had to buy it.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford not to."
So it's done 450 miles on it.
450?
It's fucking.
That's nothing.
It's nothing. It's basically a.
Especially if you just delivered it to Scotland.
So I actually brought it home, and it was like, "What have you bought?" I was like, "I bought a new motorbike." She came out and was like, "Why have you bought a new motorbike?" So it's not a new motorbike, it's secondhand shop. She didn't believe it. It's so nice, beautiful.
You're in love with it, are you?
It's just a work of art. It's so gorgeous to look at. Like it could just, to be honest, I could just be happy with it sitting in my garage. Like
just go and look at it.
Just
your
look
wife to
because...
paint a picture of it. She could sell that. That it would literally be a work of art.
So yeah, so I bought it not last Wednesday before. I've done like 200
Oh, that's
miles
why I
on it.
wasn't here last week.
No. Well, I'll go into that later. But yeah, so I basically done 150, 200 miles on it since then, riding around.
You've
Beautiful.
basically doubled the mileage near enough.
I basically doubled the mileage on it, and in a couple of weeks. But it's not a comfortable bike. It's only got one seat. I can't pillion on it, so it's a minimum.
Oh, shame.
Our thing.
So you're gonna have to buy another bike. Is that what you're saying?
So I've bought another bike.
Ah, fuck off!
Have you? Nice.
I've bought another XR, so that's my third XR now.
What's an XR? That's the BM.
So it's an S1000 XR. Yeah, same as what I had before.
So you traded in a BMW.
Right. So I traded in my, and by the time I decided that I kind of had a little bit of buyer's regret, because my other bike was so comfortable. And it's basically motorcycling made easy.
Wait a second. So if you traded in your
Yep.
Beamer, you would have got. They would have got you on that trade-in.
Yep.
So have you?
I've bought a.
Have you won?
I've bought a better XR.
Have you?
Yeah, I've bought
for less money.
The XR. No. No. I've bought another. Oh, I'm actually getting it delivered tomorrow. With all the with basically my.
You got a brand new one coming.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake!
Mate,
well, again,
what are you doing?
What's in the water in Northampton? I have to drink beer to get this
like
fucking
money
crazy.
Must be in the water in Northampton, right? Jesus, what you got a bonfire at the back there shoveling tenors into it or something? Must be nice in Northampton.
So when you get to know your local dealers, they're
They
very
take the piss out of you.
No. I got it on it. I got it on a good deal. I'm paying full whack, obviously, but it's a new plate, couple of weeks old.
So you're going to get a
basically on.
What's it?
It's basically on
74. 74 now.
Yeah.
Why didn't you? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Sorry, mate.
You don't buy new things.
No.
You don't buy anything new.
Well, no, but I'm not on board because I just don't understand why you just didn't keep your bike. Right?
Yeah. No,
it doesn't make any sense.
No,
so you must be down. If you'd done that and just bought the MV, you would have been. I'm guessing you would be out. You wouldn't be as out of pocket. Am I correct?
I think if I'd have just done nothing, I'd have been quids in. But it was
Definitely.
like I saw this lovely bike.
The Temptress.
And I got enamored with it. Yes. And then yeah. So anyway, I've got 2 new bikes. That's my bike news.
You should. You know what I would have loved?
Wasn't expecting that.
If you'd bought your old bike back, that would have been fucking.
I actually looked into it. I did. I tried. Well, I didn't try to. I said, "Is it still available?" And it actually sold. It sold in about 4 or 5 days.
Oh, that means they could give you a pittance for it.
Whether they actually did or not, I don't know. But we got this lovely shiny new one.
Got this brand new bike. I know he's going to buy it if I tell him about it.
So, but the good thing is that the new bike the XR I'm getting is the perform. I had
It's comfortable and it's quicker.
This is the sell part, Neil. Are you listening? This is where he sells the deal to us. Come on then.
Yeah, it's like 5 brake cores are more powerful.
5?
A whole 5?
Yeah,
wow.
What can you do with 5 broken horses?
Honestly, Dave, I honestly think you are the fucking weirdest and most nutcase bike rider I've ever met.
I know.
No, he's just a buyer. He's not. He's probably quite a sensible rider. It's a bike buyer.
I don't know. I think I kind of lost it the last couple of weeks. I really do.
See what happens when you don't come on the show for a week, Dave?
Got too much time on my hands.
I mean, you've done it very well because I think by buying the new bike, you've managed to cover up all the expense of this endeavor, haven't you?
Yeah. The thing is, the problem is I bought the MV, and it's beautiful. But it's just not practical. Like I like going out on a Sunday morning, even throughout winter, but I need heated grips. I need I need like some wind protection. Being out in like 4 or 5 degrees centigrade in the morning, it's not a pleasurable experience. And being on a bike that may look great is not fun. Like, well, it's fun to ride, but it's not comfortable to ride. But you can't have fun when you're worrying about ice and stuff on the road. Whereas on the XR,
you could have just bought a fucking car.
Oh, no, cars are boring.
They're very practical. You've got a fun machine.
No, come on, come on, Neil. That's a spurious.
Right, you need a car and a trailer for your fun machine.
He has a car.
So you can take the fun machine wherever you go on the trailer, and you can get nice, comfortable car to go everywhere else.
I mean, I get it. I think it's just gone a bit awry looking.
I think I've gone a bit funny in the head.
It's the understatement of the year. I love it. I love it. But I get it as well, Dave. I get it. I have no need for another car. I went up to see the mechanic the other day, and he goes,
why was you going to the mechanic?
The Rangey's still got an issue that's not resolved. So he's.
I've got something to tell you about Range
out.
Rovers.
Oh yeah.
I went to see my mechanic in the week.
Oh yeah.
I had a little chat about you and your Range Rover, and he was just like, "You should have seen the look on his face." He was like, "It was like
of course.
It was like the face palm emoji made real."
Well, I'll tell you what. When we pull up to the lights, and I'm looking down at you from the Range Rover at your Fiesta Forever, and I'm. It's great, mate. Honestly, my wife.
You can zip it away, and then half a mile down the road, I'll just wave at you while you're broken down on the side of the road.
No, the Range Rover still has an ongoing problem that was pointed out to us from the start. The dealer says he'll fix it, and and it's had to go back, and he's just changing something else to fix it. So that's okay. I'm okay with that, right? It's not a new problem. It's not anything unexpected, right? But you go into these things fully aware of what you're letting yourself in for.
I'm not sure
but the beauty of it was, I went up there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, what's your inventory like?" I always like to ask, "What's your inventory like at the moment?" He goes, "Yeah, I got tons of cars right now." And I was like,
"So he's not just a mechanic; he sells cars."
Yeah, he flips them. That's right. He sold me all my cars, right?
So he's not a legit dealer, though.
Yeah, he's a registered dealer. Yeah.
Yeah, but like he's not like his main business is mechanic, or is his main business fleecing people who are stupid?
Oh, he's not. He's a mechanic, and he gets cars, and he can sell cars. He has a license to sell cars. So
do you need a license to sell cars?
Of course you do.
Do you?
Well,
let anyone have kids.
Well, actually, I don't know how true that is actually. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I've bought 5 cars off him, right? So, but yeah, he had another Range Rover Sport there. I was asking about an F-Pace, and he was like, "No, you don't want an F-Pace. What about this?" And he pointed out this other Range Rover, and I was like, "Ooh,
that's another money pit for you."
Sure. What's wrong with that? How long are you going to try and fix it?
Well, what money pit? I haven't thrown any money into the Range Rover yet.
Okay, well, yet. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I expect to at some point, but it's like everyone who goes, "Oh, Jaguars, they always break down." My Jaguars, I've had.
This is the perpetual state of being broken.
There's always something needs to be fixed on cars. This
you just don't fix them.
I mean, I do fix them. I fix a lot of stuff. But anyway, all right. Well, I'm not getting into this.
How old's your Range Rover?
10 years old.
10 years. Okay. Get ready. Prepare the bank.
Yeah, we are prepared. That's what we've said, that we're prepared for it.
Look, my mechanic said, he said, "You want to probably buy one that's over about 5 years old." Because I was like, "What?" Because everything that's probably gone wrong majorly would have been sorted out by then. He was like, "Yeah, basically."
Yeah, pretty much. You get a lot of that with.
He said he knows someone, and he was like, just told him not to buy one, basically, and he bought one anyway, and he spent $6,000 in about 3 months.
I will say this. Well, my wife came back the other day and said, "Oh yeah, it's still got the throttle problem," and I was like. And I was fucking furious. I got to admit, I was furious. And I went, "All right, give it to me. I'll take it out." And I went round and I got in it and went round the road in it. I went, "This is fucking the nicest vehicle this is just so nice. I just couldn't be mad at it." So I don't know.
You're insane.
Dave, you get it, right?
He's not buying a fucking Range Rover.
No, he's got the same thing problem with the motorbikes.
I've got, yeah.
He is mental. We've just had a 10-minute conversation to figure that out.
He bought a fucking nice motorbike, though. You bought a Range Rover.
Okay, you don't like my car. Let's move on.
It's not just yours. I don't like Range Rovers.
Why not?
They're wanker cars, aren't they?
Ah, okay. Well, all right. Okay. Fair enough. Good argument. Carry on.
What are we carrying on?
I don't know where we got to. Yeah, you was talking about your MOT, right?
I didn't really talk about my MOT. I just mentioned I was seeing my mechanic, but I had my car had an MOT, and I had to have some work done. Broke the bank there. Had to have a new number plate fitted. 15 quid. So okay.
Oh jeez. Why didn't you do that yourself?
Because he didn't fucking tell me. He did it. He's like, "I've just done this." I was like, "Oh, that's fine. Whatever."
All right.
Yeah. So, otherwise, it was fine.
Was that your Fiesta?
My Fiesta.
Oh,
super reliable. Super reliable. He's like, I said to him, I was like,
if you ever wanted to drive a tampon, there you go.
I said, I keep looking at other cars, like a newer car. He was like, an upgrade. I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, but you'd miss it when it's gone. I was like, yeah, would I? I'm not sure. It's like if it had a pokey engine, it'd be quite a lot of fun. But it's got a fucking 1.4 diesel.
Come on, man, you got to buy yourself something snazzy.
Yeah, but I don't want to be buying a nice sounding car and then it being an absolute fucking shit show. So
you don't get a nice car. There are no nice sounding cars that aren't shit shows. That's the whole point, right?
No, it is a point. Like, you could buy a nice car that isn't a fucking shit show, surely.
Yeah, but okay, name me one car that isn't going to be a shit show that is fucking has some character or whatever. But I mean, everything that is safe and nice, they're fucking boring, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Or slow.
Slow and boring.
Slow and boring, yeah.
It's fine. I don't care. What do I do in my car? I fucking drive to Tesco's and I drive to fucking Luton once a week. I don't really go anywhere in my car. And if I had a nice car, I'd probably end up having to drive it more often. Or wanting to drive it more often.
Ford Granada or something.
Ford Granada? The guy at the road's got a Scorpio. An old Granada Scorpio. No, it's not. That's a lie. He's got a Sierra Sapphire Cosworth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, ooh. Nice.
So there's the saloon Cosworth.
Yeah.
He fucking bought that and he's worked on it for fucking ages. He only takes that. He takes that out very rarely. Takes it out very rarely. Yeah.
Great to nick though.
Probably quite easy to get into compared to like a modern vehicle.
Literally a screwdriver. I know people used to follow them, people going home, and wait for them to go in the house, and literally it takes like 20 seconds. Just screwdriver in the door, take the lock off, and then boot it out. Yeah.
Quick car.
Very, very good cars.
Well, doesn't that good? It's probably quite. Oh, I saw. What did I see today? See today in Tesco's car park. I was walking past it. I fucking properly did a double take. I was like, let's look to my right, and I was like, what the fuck? An Austin Maestro. I was like, I haven't seen one of those in at least 15 years. And I wouldn't say it was immaculate, but it was fucking in one piece, which amazed me. 1.3L. Special, it says on the side. I was like, yeah, it's pretty fucking special. Don't see any of them around these days. It must be worth at least $1,000. Oh, everything's frozen.
Yeah, they did rust, didn't they? So
why is all the video frozen on my end? Something's going wrong. This happened last
night. Yeah, mine was frozen as well.
I've lost Dave.
The Discord's having a massive shit right now. Discord's still saying like 5-second delay. I can hear you occasionally, but it's all fucked up. Now we look like we're working.
Are we back?
I think so.
Yeah.
Fucking Discord just taking a massive shit for about 30 seconds.
I've got a video delay on you, but I think we had that on Pilch last week. All right. Dave, you got anything else on your outrageous bike after your outrageous bike purchases?
No, just
Dave and I are going over here just to huff petrol. All right, Neil, you can come and join us if you want.
I put expensive diesel in my car the other day. Needed a treat. The V power. It got V power. I was like, it's just, I don't know. It's great. I don't know why. I was just like, every now and again, I feel like it needs a treat. Super clean.
No, my nephew, who was a baby, which is about that big of a baby at my wedding, a baby. He was going to university.
Shit.
Last Saturday morning. So they
did you take him up on the bike?
No. My they were basically a van with a trailer with all this shit. Was being taken up to Liverpool Saturday morning. So they had a big leaving do at my sister's for him. So I kind of had to attend. But it was a nice send off, and I got him absolutely shit faced on tequila.
Nice. So you did really enjoy the journey to Liverpool the next day.
That is really over. So yeah, that was very fun. So yeah, but it was like just how the time flies. Just I can't believe like literally, I remember my wedding like it was yesterday. And he was.
You obviously didn't drink enough tequila, Dave, at your wedding.
I was quite pissed to start with. I had about 3 before.
What were you drinking at your wedding?
Just lager.
What was the drink? I remember at my wedding, other than one of my friends buying shitloads of Sambucas, I was drinking Bacardi Breezes later on in the early hours, thinking, you can't fucking get them anymore, can you?
I was just drinking lager, I think.
Yeah, I had quite a few lagers.
No. I think we went on to oh, what's it called? Bloody hell.
Thunderbirds?
Gin. No, not Thunderbirds.
Not gin?
Rum and Coke.
Rum and Cokes.
Drinking rum and Cokes in the evening.
What, Bacardis? Or like dark rums?
Morgan's.
Oof, nice. Pre-spiced rum days, these are, I believe. Couldn't buy spiced rum back then. But you could buy Bacardi Breezes. Fruit-based rum drinks.
I think when I got married, it was still Smirnoff Ice.
Oh yeah. My mate, I used to love them. My mate had bought all the Sambucas at my wedding. His room bill was insane. Bought like about fucking 100 Sambucas at the wedding.
Oh my
God.
Insane.
Okay, let's move on then. Neil, have you done your MOT or whatever?
Yeah,
license plate?
Yeah, exactly. It was exciting.
But, all right,
thrilling.
Yeah, me. What did I bought an oil pump this week.
For the Range Rover.
Sorry.
For the Range Rover.
For mine. So I'm gonna do my own oil change this weekend. So.
What's an oil pump for a piece of machinery?
So
for
normally
the car,
when
or something to pump oil out of your car.
Something to pump oil out of my car. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Yeah, that's what it's for. So normally when I've done my oil changes, I've gone up on jacks and
done the drip
drain pan and all that. But actually, in my car, when you open the oil cap, there's a little connection there, and you can attach a hose to that, and that goes right down to the sump, so you can just suck the oil out of the whatever, which is bonkers because as far as I'm aware, car manufacturers don't do anything to make your life easier. I don't know why this is a thing.
Especially a Jaguar.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's amazing they've designed a car that doesn't fucking break down once every 6 months.
So, they don't break down if you do your oil changes.
No, mine doesn't break down. Just saying.
Yeah, but you don't have a Jaguar, mate.
My car.
Do you?
Noticed on my MOT.
God, here we go.
5,000 miles in 3 years. My car.
Right.
Which is probably why I hadn't had it serviced.
That's why you could own a Jaguar, right?
Yeah. Because I don't need to drive it in my car.
Yeah, you don't want to do any miles in these cars.
When I do use my car, I'd like it to work. It's like if I didn't use a Jag for 3 months, would it fucking start when I go to it?
You probably pick up a cheap Beamer or something. Not Beamer.
If you leave any car for 3 months, it's not going to work. I just don't understand what your fucking argument is. Like, dude.
My car was fine.
It's because your car doesn't use any electricity when it stands by.
Why does it need to?
The good big modern cars do. They suck the electricity out of those batteries. You can't leave them for a week and not drive it. Otherwise, they're going to...
It's a scam.
An adult's car.
Yeah,
you can't do that with a man's car.
You want to get one of those cars that you have to like do the roller on. Go. Vroom,
That's why I want to see Neil out there in the morning cranking it.
Just a big flywheel, you spinning and spinning, it's the speed.
Dude, you absolutely 100% should buy a BMW. You are 100% a BMW driver in disguise.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
No, read between the lines.
No, I hope you're not saying like Audi drivers are the old BMW drivers, aren't they?
I think if I was going to get something, I mean, Audis are nice. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't.
We had an Audi for a while. That was nice.
Oh, did you?
Nice. Well, my wife's company car was an Audi.
Ah, well, there you go. But I'd love a Beamer.
Yeah.
I could be tempted to get a Beamer again, even just nothing special. They were just such great cars. The one that I had before, it was brilliant.
I feel like my mechanic would recommend against a BMW as well.
Well, your mechanic's going to do anything to stroke your ego and your Fiesta, isn't he?
No, I trust him. I was like, he said, I can tell you what a good car is that's like last and fucking not break down and shit, or I can tell you what a fun car is.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, right. He's spot on, right? He's spot on. I mean, the bottom line is, you want fun and speed and all that sort of stuff. By God, you got to pay for it, whether it's in time, stress, or money.
Yeah.
Usually all three.
Yeah.
Fuck my life. I don't know what I'm doing.
Arnie says a BMW driver blew up their car when they accidentally hit the indicator stalk last week. True story.
Hey, he's here all week, folks. All right, moving on from cars, please. Oh yeah, I got a loaner though. I was going to tell you that I got a loaner. A Range Rover Evoque.
Oh yeah, they're the shit ones.
I don't like it at all.
No.
It's like a Range Rover Light.
I can see why. I've only driven it. I drove it last night and I drove it today, and I would say, from what I can understand, this is a car for people who have money, want the Range Rover badge, but have no idea what they're buying. Because that thing, it's got none of the capabilities, none of the off-road capabilities.
It's a front-wheel drive job or something, is it? It's like a cash car. It's like a cash car with a Range Rover badge on it. Basically.
I think it might be, right? Honestly, I got onto the highway last night and I was like, oh shit, put my foot down and nothing happened. I was like, what the fuck? Isn't anything with these badges supposed to be fast? Yeah, it was not good. It's not good. It's not too bad on the inside, and it does dive into the corners well. I do like that, the way it handles on the corners. General handling around town, though, not sure. I can't. No, don't buy one of those, Neil.
I won't. Don't worry. It's got a Range Rover on it. No, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Just overpriced Range Rovers, basically.
Yeah, well, my mechanic, he said that with the Evokes. He said, no way, don't buy it. They're overpriced just for the badge. Don't do it. So.
Land Rover Discovery, I'd be potential.
Yeah, I want one of those.
They're a bit more.
Yeah, you get trouble with those, though.
Yes, I know. That's why I don't buy one. You buy a really fucking old one of those because if it only costs you £1,000 in the first place, then you've only lost £1,000 when it fucking completely fucked in a few weeks.
But again, if you do minimal mileage, man, you should just go buy one. You'll love it. You'll love it. It'll put a smile on your face every time you get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I finished Shogun. I don't think I'd finished it last week. Anyway, I've finished Shogun. Loved it.
You finished Disney Plus Shogun.
Finished Disney Plus Shogun, the modern one. Probably the best thing I've watched all year, I think. And for me, anyway. And I loved it so much, I went and bought the 1980 series on Apple Plus, and I'm watching that now. And
how much did that cost?
$5, I think, which is fine. It's interesting. I mean, it's a lot more like, it's not as grand in scale. I mean, I guess it was grand in scale at the time, but you can sort of tell, oh, they're filming that on a Hawaii beach or something like that. And then you can see like, oh, there's one bit where he's walking down the corridor and I noticed this yesterday. There's one bit where he's walking down the corridor and they've placed the camera in the front of the corridor. So they're making it so it looks as though, that's the shot, right? He walks towards the camera. But they've edited it in such a way you can see that he stops in front of it. I'm like, that's pretty janky. And there's loads of like the reusing of corridors and stuff like that. I'm noticing it straight away. So it's like it's got some jank.
1990s first-person shooter reusing assets.
If you watch the new one, they boil a guy alive, right, in it. Spoilers. And it's remarkably horrific. And
what a bad thing to happen to someone.
Who would have thought, right? Yeah, they do a very good job.
Did they put him in while the water was cold? Like the whole boiling frog thing?
Yeah.
And they gradually raise the temperature so you don't realise you're boiling alive until it's too late.
Well, he knew he was boiling.
He fucking knew about it.
It was the big fire underneath sort of told him he was being...
Oh, it's getting a bit tepid in here.
They do the boiling bit. I mean, it's a prominent part of the book. They do the boiling bit in the 1981. It's so lame compared to that one. It's funny. But I will give props to the 1981. First of all, I'm all in with Richard Chamberlain. That guy, I totally underestimated. I didn't really know much about him, but he's really good.
Did you see his fake Indiana Jones film? What was that? King Solomon's Mines?
No, but I will go check it out now. I'm on board with the Richard Chamberlain love, and he's he's built too. They get him bare chested on a number of occasions. I can see why he got cast in a lot of things. He's a
beefcake.
Yeah, he's a beefcake, but he's American, so that doesn't really tie in with the English part. He's supposed to be English, but whatever. You can let this stuff slide.
Does he speak Portuguese?
I guess it's all Portuguese. I don't know. We can't do that again. We can't go over that again. But they do a very good job. I said do. They do a very good job of outlining the story, I think, better than the modern one. The modern one, there's a lot of times where I was like, I just don't understand what the context of all this. I mean, they may say it briefly, but they expect you to take it in and understand it quite quickly. Whereas this one, I think maybe because it was for an American audience. I'm not saying anything. Did I just say that out loud? I don't know. Let's call it a general TV audience. They do a lot more explaining, like a lot more backstory. They spend a lot more time explaining why they're in the Japan. Yeah, it's almost padding, but it really is setting the scenes out, right? I don't know. It's so it's interesting, but anyway, that's enough.
It's definitely a different era of TV. 40 years.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Fuck me.
45 years or something. Yeah. All right. Well, that's.
I watched later Slow Horses. We're watching the day after it comes out usually. But yeah, that's like a once a week job. That's the one time I spend any time with my wife usually. We go, it's like, do you want to watch Slow Horses? Yeah, okay, let's watch it. And then as soon as it's finished, we go fuck off and do something else. She watches her shit.
Yep, sounds familiar. I've got this week's to watch. Okay, well, let's move on to holy smokes, time's flying. We've been gassing today. Let's move on then to what we've been playing.
Right.
Yeah, for some reason.
Anything?
Next to my name says 24. I don't know why.
I don't know what that is. I didn't put that down. It was there earlier, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Did you go back and play that PlayStation game? With 24, the video game.
I don't know.
From like 2007 or something.
Yeah. All right. Go. Well, you guys might as well go. I've only really been playing Hunt this week, so.
Well, I've been playing some Modern Warfare 3 campaign.
Ooh. Any good?
It's okay. I didn't finish the 2. I don't even remember. I don't think I played 2, to be fair. Right. I played some Black Ops 5 on the PlayStation. Didn't finish that. Because it's a controller and it just felt shit. Yeah. But yeah, I've been playing Modern Warfare 3 campaign on the PC via the Game Pass. And this is Captain Price, the new Captain Price, with his dodgy looking weird beard.
Right.
I don't know if he's a real person, like acting that. It's got Ghost and Soap and all the old favourites from the back in the day, Modern Warfare. But obviously they look different. Soap's the Scottish one, isn't it? He's still Scottish.
Don't remember.
Anyway, things are happening. You go around and shoot people. It's a Call of Duty campaign. I don't know.
See, I think they missed the trick with this. I think they should have done the single player is free for a week, and then like a couple of days of multiplayer to get people in. Because I remember when these games first came out, the multiplayer wasn't ready until about a couple of weeks after the games come out. Or
is it? Or did you just? I always played the campaigns first.
Or did I just smash through the campaign?
Yeah, I definitely did that. I don't think there was a delay.
No, I think there were some examples of games where the multiplayers have not appeared until later, but I don't think that's the case for big things like Call of Duty or Halo or anything like that.
Yeah, maybe it was just a self-imposed.
Yeah, I definitely always was like, I'm not playing the multiplayer until I played the campaign. That was definitely a thing I.
Well, the campaigns were exciting, right? You know, I remember. God, Modern Warfare 2, when that landed, oh man, I was so excited about that campaign, and it delivered too. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. The latest one's okay. It's like you do the usual Call of Duty things. You creep around. Sometimes there's stealthy things. Sometimes you're sniping people. I noticed that there was achievements for basically using every single weapon that was available in a level. I was like, all I was doing was like from one level was just running around picking everything up and like blah, 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 shooting it and fucking pick up the next gun and shoot someone with that one. And it was quite fun. It was quite fun to just. There was so many fucking guns there, and I didn't get the achievement. I was like, there's fucking hundreds of guns there, just jotted around each level. Like, people drop a gun obviously when they die, And then there's all like the new thing in the campaigns, from what I remember, is you know how you play Warzone? You may not have played Warzone, but there's like you're walking around and you can hear like a sort of sound where there's a fucking crate. So they play a similar sound in the campaign. So there's a fucking crate that you can go and find and like open it up and go, oh, there's a really fucking cool gun in here.
Right.
Okay, I'll pick that cool gun up. I guess in the campaign, it's quite situationally appropriate usually. Like, oh, there's a sniping section coming up and there's a crate here, and I open it up and there's a sniper rifle in it. Well, that's convenient.
Handy,
If I hadn't opened that crate, it might have been a bit awkward. But largely, I think if it's actually essential for the mission, it just drops you one there. So it's very consumer friendly, I would say. And it's I don't know. I can't remember anything about the story really. It's like some terrorist stuff happens. Some people are doing things that make it look like. There's Makarov. He's a guy. He's a Russian guy who you managed to put in prison. I don't know if that was in Modern Warfare 2 because I didn't play that one.
I remember him being a voice in your head, or through the transmissions, and you were talking to him. But I think he.
Yeah, it turns out he's a bad dude.
Yeah.
Even if at one point he was pretending to be good, I don't know. He's definitely bad, and he's framing people for shit. And you had the chance to take him down, but you didn't because it wasn't the right thing to do. You had to put him in prison, and now he's fucking things up again because he escapes. Well, that's one of the first things you do. Is like you play as. Like it sounds, I didn't know what was going on. It's just like everyone's speaking English, and all of a sudden, you're talking to this guy in Russian. I'm like, oh, we're not Americans. We're just Russians pretending to be Americans.
Right. Okay.
And then you bust out Makarov, and then it switches to the other aspect of the. And so you do all that Call of Duty nonsense, but it's all right. It's fun, stupid. The shooting's good, and there's loads of fucking guns. So. Shotguns, pretty good, turns out, in the campaign. Just like.
Sorry, this is Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, the new
Modern
Warfare 3 on the PC, Game Pass.
Oh, it's on Game Pass, is it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember those days.
Very good.
Yeah, so it's all right. I haven't played any multiplayer. I assume I'll just go in there and get my ass kicked.
Yes.
We'll see. Maybe I'll play it next week. But that's Modern Warfare 3.
Me?
See.
I forgot. Oh, yeah. Balatro. You've sparked me interest back in Balatro.
Nice.
From your streaming.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I did post a win that I got that was such a terrible win.
I didn't really know how to respond to that one. I was like, I saw it and I was like, I suppose I should be congratulating him, but I was like, that looks like, I think your max hand was, well, again, a win is a win, right? So.
But you're the one who keeps saying how you only need to like do enough to win.
Well, no, but Dave mentioned it in the way he posted it. I was like, I'm not too sure. Like, he didn't mention that he'd done anything spectacular with something jokers or was doing a particular strat or anything. It was just I've won and the biggest hand was 50 grand, which is okay, I guess, it gets you there.
I kind of felt a bit ashamed winning it. I was like, how did I do that? It was
squeaked
so
through.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Yeah.
The win is the win. It's all right.
So just popping. I'm playing it on the Steam Deck.
Right.
Yeah. I think that hand that I played that wasn't on the Steam Deck, that was on the computer. But yeah, just getting back onto my Steam Deck and playing a bit just between bits and pieces. But yeah, just enjoying it. You were doing your streaming. I'm watching it on YouTube.
Nice.
And just watching what you do, because obviously you know a lot more.
Well, doesn't he? Sounds like he fucking knows what he's talking about anyway.
I streamed the one of the games on Sunday. I was using the Wii Joker. I've been doing speeded runs just for fun. And I got caught in the end. Did you see? I got caught.
I saw,
I fucked myself.
What does the Wii Joker do?
Every time you play a 2, it gains 8 chips.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like great.
You try and play as many.
If you've got lots of 2s, I guess it's okay.
Oh, I played it, but I played it on. Sorry, it was
you try and stack your deck with 2s then?
It was a seeded run on an erratic deck, so it started with 10 twos.
Yeah.
So it was more of an
So you cheated?
example of.
No,
I
I wouldn't say you cheat. I say you play the seed that people recommend to play for fun.
It doesn't matter,
No.
Dave. Don't justify an answer to him. I give up now. He's pulling my fucking chain tonight.
That's what I'm here for.
It is what you're here for, and I love it, but not today. I don't know why. I'm having one of those weeks.
I'm
Yeah.
really enjoying your streams.
Thanks,
and
man.
to YouTube and stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying doing them, actually. It's like, just a little bite size gives me a chance to talk through what I'm doing. It just seems to be a nice
Makes you
little
think you've got some
stream,
friends, does it?
The talking seal has friends. I don't know if I do.
But yeah, I really enjoy it. I'm watching it on YouTube. Actually, I did try and catch it live, but I just schedules and
Probably on his bike. Probably buying another bike this Sunday.
Probably buying his bike. Probably selling the MV and buying it back or something.
Yeah. So yeah. But no, I'm watching it on YouTube and yeah, really liking the seeded, talking through it as you go through.
Where'd you find your seeds?
I'm in the Balatro Discord.
There's a bit there, is there? That
yeah.
Say, try this.
Yep, and there's a subreddit too, of course. Seeds
Doesn't someone bust in like the algorithm or something to work out like?
Yeah, I think that's a case of. I think some people have been able to backwards run it or whatever and figure out what the seeds might be. I think they say in terms of seed generation for Balatro, it's really small.
Like I was going to say, it's like 6 or 7 characters, isn't it?
Yeah, they're out there. Alphanumeric characters.
Right. So it's just 26
to
the power of.
Yeah, so we are into the billions, but I think they say that compared to traditional other seeds, it's quite small. But yeah,
awesome.
Right.
Good. You setting yourself any goals for Balatro?
Win. I'm trying to get. I saw you play that random deck with that wee joker that you're saying about.
The erratic deck, yeah.
So I haven't got that yet. So I need to. My idea is to use one deck and try and win as much as possible on the highest difficulty for that deck. Because you need a win on like black or gold.
Oh, to unlock the erratic, yeah.
So I just want to unlock all the decks.
I think there is definitely, if you're going to get your gold stake, I think I got my gold stake on red deck, but I think gold stake, those sorts of runs are easier on the yellow deck because it gives you a little economy boost at the start.
Yeah. That's the thing I was struggling with, especially with the harder difficulties. The numbers that you've got to get ramp up, but to ramp up those numbers, you need a good economy, but you need the jokers to get the numbers like the score high enough. Yeah.
Well, it is the case of once you start going and trying to get those higher stakes, everything counts. Like you have to be an absolute penny pincher right at the start for a little while too.
Yeah. I saw you you were selling some of your planet cards on things that you weren't going to use, and I'd traditionally just use
it.
Yeah.
Because you never know when that one might come in handy.
Well, that's it. You never know when the high card you might need a level 2 on your high card, not level 1. But
you have to make the judgment decisions, right? The interesting thing I will typically avoid planetary cards I have no interest in. Right. I may grab
like a couple the crazy ones like Full House and that's probably.
Well, the other day I was playing
like
lots
straight
of Full Houses,
Royal Flush or whatever. You're like, well, I'm never fucking getting one of them.
Well, if I'm playing Full Houses, then I'll probably would maybe take a couple of 3 of a kind planetary cards, maybe some pairs, maybe even a 2 pair, because then you're slightly covered if you can't make your Full House. Plus, if you buy a planetary card at the first planetary card you buy for a hand is effectively pretty much doubling the power of that hand.
Yep.
And as you progress and buy more planetary cards, it gets watered down, right? Yep. Like if you're into your 10th planetary card for that, you're only increasing it by 10%, if that. Yep. So buying those early planetary cards is a massive boost. Like it's 100,
If
it has a tremendous impact, particularly if you have times malts as well, right? Because you want, anyway, whatever. It's more Balatro.
Tune into Fraser's Seal Podcast, Balatro streams / YouTube videos to
every Sunday at some time in the morning, Eastern time.
Yeah, I'm loving them. It's got me back into Balatro.
Nice, thanks, Dave. I appreciate that.
Cool.
You're my favorite host tonight. All right, what else we got, Neil?
Right, I'm gonna talk about some Hollow Knight, which I mentioned last week. I just added it to the show notes.
I did see.
So I think me and Hollow Knight are on a bit of a break.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Might go back to it.
It's hard, doesn't it?
Well, I wasn't even. There was a couple of moments. There was a few. I encountered some new enemies so it's quite. They don't have a big move set, so you can learn them fairly quickly, and you see their tails, and so the combat is punishing, but it's not difficult to learn what you need to do, or more importantly, what not to fucking do. Like, don't take that extra hit that you're going to try because you will get fucking slapped. So you do a hit when it's the right time and get the fuck out of the way, or jump over them or what have you. However you need to do, because you know that you're going to. If you try and hit them again, you're basically definitely going to get hit, and you can only get hit 5 times basically until you're dead. Assuming you get to wherever you've got to with all of your max health. But the thing that was fucking me off was the traversal. I unlocked a few more abilities, so I can jump up the walls, and I've got my air dash, / just normal dash, ground dash, and / air dash. But yeah, I unlocked the ability to just jump up the walls, and so that was all good. And I was using the combination of you can jump obviously and dash across. You can do a lot more progression with these 2 abilities that you've gained. And you don't have to dash, jump between 2 walls to get your double jumps. You can literally just jump up 1 wall. So you can, the same wall, you can just keep jumping up it.
Yeah.
And you go up it. You don't have to jump between 2, like sometimes do.
Like Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Meat Boy.
Meat Boy. Oh, I haven't played that.
Okay.
That sounds like I might actually lose my shit if I played that. And that was all fine. And like I say, I started to learn a bit more about what you can do and can't do stuff. And then what really just fucking done me in was just stupid, fucking falling off the edge of ledges into a fucking boiling hot vat of water. And I'm like, fuck's sake. And it was just I kept on doing the same fucking falling off. And it was just I can't be doing with this. It's driving me fucking mental. So, yeah, we're on a break, me and Hollow Knight. Because
Hollow Knight is designed to break you. I'm sure of it, right? It's tough.
Yeah, but the bit that I was doing, I was I should be fucking. This isn't the bit that should be fucking driving me mental. I should just be able to get around without falling off a fucking ledge. Literally just walking along, and it's not just mistiming the jump button slightly means instead of jumping, I just walk straight off the edge of the ledge. And once you've done it 20 times in a row, I just my son was playing on his computer next to me. I just went, "Oh fuck this game! I'm fucking done," and turned it off. Just fucking quit out of it. I'm not playing this anymore. Fucking rage quit. And I haven't played it since. So to be continued potentially. I literally just went, "Fuck off! I'm not playing." Or not. You've really fucked me off.
I can't remember if I rage quit or not. I don't recall raging, but I do recall just yeah, fuck this, too hard.
Yeah, I would say.
It's too hard. I haven't got the energy for this.
I was like, why am I doing this to myself? I could just play something else and not be fucking hating myself. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I never feel like there was definitely times I was I totally was losing my shit playing those types of games. But it was always giving you that. I didn't keep falling off a fucking ledge to my death in Dark Souls or anything stupid, it was always me fucking up, basically, which is why I died. And I'm like, so it's my fault. I lose my shit, and then I go back and go, well, I know I can fucking do this.
Like Dark Souls. It sounds like a Dark Souls game that you.
No,
that you play.
it's not like Dark Souls. It is similar. It's got similar mechanics because if you die, you lose all your shit. You have to go back to your body and pick up your shit. But other than that, there's nothing like Dark Souls. Like, yeah, the bosses are hard in Dark Souls and stuff like that. But you always, don't usually just go into a boss and get fucking destroyed instantly without doing any damage whatsoever.
Have you played Dark Souls recently?
Yeah, no, but like you normally can get in a few hits and stuff like that and feel like you're making some progress every time. That's the thing that keeps coming back. It's like, it gives you enough. Like, you might get absolutely destroyed at some point, but it doesn't do it to you instantly. It's like, it'll give you that, like, you can do this if you just do the right thing, and then I'm going to fuck you up if you don't do the right thing. Or don't do it quick enough or whatever. But you always got that carrot on the stick going, yeah, you know you can do this. That's the thing. That's the secret, I think. But
so Hollow Knight's done then?
Well, I don't know about done. It's just not uninstalled. It's not uninstalled.
Come on. You know. You and I both know. It's
we'll
truth time, Neil.
The next time I play it, we'll see how it goes. I'll play it again, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm just like, I'm not fucking doing it when I'm not in the good mood.
Yeah, fair enough.
Why would I play it when I'm in a bad mood already? I'm in a good mood. I'll make myself in a bad mood by playing Hollow Knight. That's great.
Yeah, good advice. All right, what else we got? Back to Dave.
I've picked up Peg Idol again.
Is this the demo still?
No. That was the
Next Fest demo, was it?
Claw.
Oh, did you actually buy this?
Peg Idol? Yeah, I bought it. Yeah, it's an idle Peggle game. I bought it ages ago. It's a silly little game. It's again,
you spoke about it before. The demo, I think
spoke
you
about
played.
it before.
Yeah.
No, I actually bought it. Was the proper game before. Again, that sort of goes on my Steam Deck, and is if I'm forced to sit with the missus watching shit on telly, I grab this game, put it down next to me, let it play, and then pick it up at like in between bits where the missus is not going to be too offended, but I'm doing something else.
Well, how much progress have you made on this? What is the deal with this? Is this like is it a roguelike or something? Is that right?
No, it's an idle game. It's literally an idle game. It's like Peggle.
So it plays itself.
Peggle. Yeah, pretty much. But you got to interact with it.
Because I'm watching this video and nothing's happened so far. It's like it's super idle because nothing's changed.
I think it's paused.
No, because something's moving at the bottom of the screen. It's just nothing's happening.
Yeah, literally nothing's happening. They're not shooting. They're not doing anything.
Here we go. Something suddenly moved. So it's like Peggle.
Yeah. It's like Peggle, but like you've got infinite balls, and then the balls you can send down automatically, and like repeat, and you get upgrades.
How'd you aim them automatically though? Because obviously the thing with Peggle was
you don't. So it doesn't matter how many balls you shoot. You can shoot. Actually, the best way of doing it is have like one random ball in a corner, and then have your most expensive ball just firing into the part at the bottom. It gets you money, which you can upgrade your balls, which you fire into the part at the bottom. Yeah, it's.
Well confused.
Yeah.
Does it play Ode to Joy when you do anything?
I don't know. It doesn't.
Shit game.
It's an idle game that's quite fun to play. So yeah, I'm playing it.
All right.
But yeah, like at a point you get just like thousands of balls just dropping from the ceiling, hitting everything, and getting you money and prestige points, and then you prestige and you start again, and then you.
So you never run out of balls?
No.
It's not the same as Peggle. It's slightly different.
Yeah.
I'm actually more interested. I've just noticed what else is on his list. How is this possible? Can we jump to that?
I can jump to that. PUBG.
When did you play PUBG?
You went
broke you
on
into
last night,
that?
I was playing PUBG last night.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
were
weren't
you?
fucking around last night, were you?
No, I was out.
No, I don't know
Broken down.
I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going on. Like, I've recently seen like the last week or so, everyone's playing PUBG. So
Not
I like
everyone.
jumped on last night.
Not
Not
everyone.
No,
everyone.
I haven't played
No,
PUBG.
some people have been.
Yeah,
PUBG
they're
has been
always
a
playing
new
though.
station.
Yeah.
They haven't been playing in a year or so.
No, that's not true.
No.
Arnie plays
Okay.
this every day.
Arnie and Matt play every day.
Do they really? Okay.
Just about. They had a little bit of a break last week, but they pretty much are usually on before we get on for our hand session, and then we grab Matt and take him away from Arnie. Yeah, they've been regularly playing for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
Arnie is for sure.
Well, Arnie plays. Everyone else watches Arnie play.
Right.
Matt's his sort of support. His Matt helps Arnie get to the end game, and Arnie wins the end game.
Right.
That's how it usually goes. They have all their glider strats and all that sort of stuff. So who did you play with?
Matt, Arnie, and
The two
Sarah.
Matts.
Yeah.
Yeah, double Matt.
Real Matt, fake Matt.
Embarrassingly so, we rocked up in the place in a BRM. We all jumped out and we got murderated.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic
Why did you get out? Why did you get out?
Because I jumped out because I was like, I can see some people. I'm taking some shots. I choreographed everything.
Funny enough, they heard this big fucking massive machine drive towards them.
So we saw some people in the distance, took some shots. Like the two Matts and Sarah jumped out. Yeah, I'll take some shots of them. And then literally another team rocked up on us and murderated us in like
seconds.
5 seconds. Yeah.
They were like a SEAL team. They just murdered you.
Is that? Did you play any more games in that?
So I played 2 games in total. The first game.
When you say you played, how long were you alive? How much actual playing did you get done?
First game I played about half hour.
Nice.
Second game, 10, 15 minutes I think it was. Or was it around a quick one to start with, and then a long one to turn with? Yeah. But yeah, I did not remember any of the buttons. Yeah, there's
what disadvantage.
I put hundreds of hours into this, and literally, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I was like, oh, I can lean. I was like, oh my god, Dave, what's going on?
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, now you say it. I mean, yeah, you can lean in PUBG. There's not many other games where you can.
I never used to do much leaning.
Yeah,
I was doing a lot of crawling usually.
I'm impressed you still had it loaded up.
Yeah, I still have it. I still have it installed and still have it fresh to play. But yeah,
I do not. I do not have this installed.
Do you not?
No.
All right. Well, that's good. PUBG was back on the menu. All right. Any more on PUBG?
No, I might play a bit more if people are playing it.
Yeah, you could drag me in. I'll go play some duos with you. And we can go be the shit MMR can give us hopefully some...
You can play some bots.
I don't know whether that's... Yeah, you'd probably end up playing bots, wouldn't you? I don't know how it works with the MMR. Actually, it's probably not low enough for me. It's not such a big difference. I don't think it's a big deal with PUBG, is it? I mean, even if we play with someone like Arnie or not, it's Valorant.
There is no MMR in PUBG, apparently. Oh, that probably explains how a fucking shit show is.
Is Arnie saying
that's in ranked? That's Arnie, yeah.
Unless it's ranked.
Here's the expert.
Arnie knows, yeah. All right. Neil.
Okay. Played a game that came out this week.
Oh, yeah?
It came straight on to PlayStation Plus Extra. It is called The Plucky Squire.
Why do I feel like I know a bit about this?
This one, I'm sure it was an Xbox conference game, but I feel like, but it's actually can't. I thought it was going to come on Game Pass, but it turns out it's on PS Plus, which is okay because I've got a PS5. I've got the amateur PS5, obviously. The Plucky Squire. So it is one of those games when you see it, like, that looks really cool, because it's like. Well, the gist is basically you're the main character in a child storybook, The Plucky Squire. Your name is Jot. So as the game plays through, basically it plays out like a lot of it is literally like a kid's book open on the desk on the table, and the story comes across. It's narrated, and then animated as well, and then the page turns, and you go on to the next bit, and then eventually you start moving around the pages of the book as the plucky squire and making the story happen.
Right.
Yeah. The old man wizard that reminded me of you is DJ.
Nice.
So it just came on. He was playing some bopping tunes. I was like, oh, that's cool. And what happens basically is as you play for, like I say, you play from left to right of the pages of the book. If you go off like a page, either at the top or the side, it turns the page and you go on to the next page of the book. So that's a cool mechanic, isn't it? It sounds interesting. Sounds a bit different. And you're like running around with your little sword, beating up some goblins and things like that, and smashing up some trees and some bushes, collecting a load of light bulbs, which are the in-game currency for unlocking upgrades. And yeah, there's a load of little secret bits and bobs that you uncover if you're looking around and spending a bit more time. But what happens later in the game is you get to a point in the game where you can leave the pages of the book and enter the room that the book is in 3D. So it's a completely different aspect. And you can wander around the room, parts of the room.
Yeah, I just see that on the video. It looks, well, I'm watching a video on Steam, but it looks really cool.
Yeah. So, and it's all very cool. And yeah, so it's like there's puzzles basically that hinder your progress throughout. The combat is very rudimentary, very basic. You can unlock some extra abilities and some extra damage to your weapons and stuff like that. There's some special bits, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but you do a little bit of a quest to unlock a specific weapon that you need to do a specific thing at a specific time at parts of the game. I don't know. It's happened once. I don't know. There's 10 chapters. I'm on chapter 5. And so there's various sort of traditional elements of video gaming to be done during the game. There's 2D platforming and fighting. There's 3D exploration and fighting as well. And yes, very, very pretty. Very, like, the 2D bits in the book are much more basic, obviously, because it's like a kid's book. But it does really go for the, like, it looks like you're reading a kid's book. If you heard small children and you've read them books, you know, like the first books you read to your kids, with loads of cool pictures, maybe they've got some fluffy textures and shit like that to touch. All those kind of things. This is probably a bit advanced compared to those. But yeah, it's like a really good...
The presentation looks amazing.
It is amazing. All of that stuff is absolutely amazing. But like I say, the combat, pretty basic. So the thing that pushes you through is, like, I guess, or may stop you pushing through, is do you give a fuck about what you did at the end of the day? So far, I'm about to say, I'm about halfway through. Loads of people when it first came out, I was getting like 9s and 10s, and I was like, okay, this looks like it's going to be good. And I was a bit like, it's good. I'm not sure it's 10 out of 10. It's not Game of the Year material for me yet. Maybe something will happen towards the end, in the next half of the game. If
it looks that good and it's that nice of a journey through, fine. Then it's totally non-offensive, so it's nothing stopping you playing. So there's an audience who likes that sort of thing. Good for them. Have at it. I think
I'm going to finish it. There's nothing like, it's not like Hollow Knight, for example. It's like the complete opposite.
It's like,
it's like, it's an incredible game, but incredibly difficult. This is super easy. Nothing's challenging, and the only thing it's all about the journey. I've died literally once, and that was in a mini game. I'm halfway through the game, so
sounds like you need to get good.
And I put it on the hard level, because there's a story mode and then there's the adventure mode. I was like, well, I'm not fucking making it stupidly easy. But yeah, it's fun. It's interesting. The story's okay. It's not done anything. I mean, the biggest thing is the whole switching between 3D and 2D and stuff like that, which I don't know if I guess something's probably done it before, but probably not quite the same. But it like the rendering of the real world and stuff like that, and then the transformation from like the kid's storybook into like this real world space is pretty fucking cool. But yeah, I'm not sure it's going to be game of the year yet. But you never know what happens, because it does keep like it keeps giving you new things to do all the time, but none of them's been truly like mind blowing as yet. So, but like it's good enough to keep going. It's not certainly not stopping me playing. It's just like when I see 9s and 10s, I'm like, I wasn't just like fuck me, this is amazing when I started playing it, but I'm like, this is pretty cool. So yeah, we'll see. Right. I will finish it and let you know my further thoughts later on.
All right. Dave? Why is PUBG missing out of this selection?
Someone deleted it.
There you go.
I've been playing some more Stationeers. Not a huge amount, not as much as I wanted. But Arnie is Matthew Arnold. Is my
your terraformer
partner in crime with Stationeers. Still playing on the server.
Your lack of attendance last week was noticed. Actually,
was it really?
He was asking where you were.
Yeah. Oh, just life.
He's always down the motorbike shop last.
Yeah, he's down the motorbike shop. What are you saying? We've established that.
But no. Yeah, no. Artie's done some stellar work on our base. I jumped in yesterday. He was going through it all. Honestly, the work that Matthew's been putting into it, it boggles. Yeah, it's brilliant. Love it. Can't talk highly enough of it. Stationeers.
You were talking about pumping air in and out yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, just sorting out the atmosphere, and basically we're on Europa, which is 100 in the game. It's 100% oxygen. So we're having to recreate nitrogen and carbon dioxide and create a breathable atmosphere that's not flammable, which 100% oxygen is.
Yeah, don't flick a switch in 100% oxygen.
Yeah, no, yeah, don't. Yeah, we learned that lesson pretty quickly that you can't light road flares to warm the atmosphere up in your base, because it's also like minus 127 degrees, which is close to absolute zero. And yeah, at those temperatures, oxygen isn't flammable, but when it warms up, i.e., using road flares, which is a fire, makes oxygen very flammable, which is not.
And then it gets a lot hot, a lot quicker.
Yes, yeah, which is not great. So yeah, but so we're using automated systems to regulate the temperatures and put the correct atmospheres into the thing. It's very technical. Arnie, is is a wizard on it. I was playing with him yesterday, and he was like, we were setting up a new system for automating some mining and stuff, and he was like, just put some pipe work in, put all the electrics in, and we'll install it. It's like, how the hell do you remember where everything goes and how it fits? And it's just like, yeah.
Do you have to mine resources?
It's a busman's holiday, isn't it, for him? Though, yeah. Right? It's the engineering brain.
Yeah, you have to mine resources, so like iron and nickel. Nickel, copper, and everything's mineable in there. But that's part of the game, is you mine all these resources, so you can use them to spend them to create objects to automate systems.
Is there any actual land in Europa, or is it all on ice?
It is all on ice, but it's so cold that
ice is basically
ground. Yeah, so you never.
You couldn't if you warmed up the atmosphere too much. It would just be like an ocean.
Yeah, but you would never get there. So, but in this game setting, it's you make these solid rooms out of sort of steel blocks and steel walls and stuff. So
Where do you get steel and shit from? On a ice planet.
You mine iron and coal. Which
is this something you could really do in real life? Is there really iron on your apron? The water.
No.
Very cold water.
Yeah, it's not a realistic representation of what is actually there, but for the purposes of this game,
fair enough.
It's good. Yeah,
it's realistic in certain ways.
What's the timeline looking on this? Like, do you see, or the end game state, or?
There's still quite a lot to do.
When's your server run out? That's the end game.
Yeah. 2 months, I think it is. I can't remember. Maybe 2 months left on it. But so we haven't done any automated farming. So we're still having to import food. Water is fine. All the atmospheres are fine. Fuel for all the power is fine now as well. So yeah, there's a little bit to do.
What are you doing for fuel?
Food production.
And power.
Fuel is oxygen. We're using as the fuel for our furnace to smelt the things, and also as part of it, I think there's nitrogen or NOx. I can't really remember.
You're not the expert. Get the expert on.
I am not the expert. Yeah. We if we had Arnie on, he'll do a big deep dive on all the processes. So yeah, I'm very much second fiddle on all this, but I'm loving the learning of it, and just watching Arnie at work, doing his thing on it is brilliant. I love it.
Cool.
Good stuff. All right.
Stationeers.
Okay. Neil, you want to jump back up to your last?
My last is Hunt Showdown.
I have a question for you on Hunt Showdown.
Go on.
What do you suck?
You've been playing quite a lot of solos recently, haven't you?
Yes.
Have you, what have you found playing more solos? Have you noticed anything in your gameplay? What have you gained from playing more solo? The reason I ask is because when I play solo... What
are your aims when you play solo? Do you...
It depends how I'm playing.
Kind of just fucking see what happens when you play solo, do you? Really, basically?
Sometimes if I'm trying to get a challenge done and I want to race to do things, then fair enough. I played some solo this week with the sole purpose of trying to level, just go collect stuff, not get seen and don't get killed, right?
You want to try and keep interactions to a minimum.
Keep my interactions to a minimum, yeah, absolutely. What can
I do? That is totally not my aim when I go into a game.
Okay, right, yeah, no.
Basically, when I play solos, I'll go, first things first, where's the nearest clue? Start collecting clues. Then you hear things happen. Maybe you hear shooting going on. Maybe you hear explosions. And I'm like, what guns have I got? How am I going to approach this? Am I going to carry on just pootling around getting my clues and see what happens, or am I going to head towards the action? And that kind of depends how I'm feeling and what I've got guns wise, and where I am with levels and traits and shit like that. One day I fucking just kept winning, like whether it was combat between players or just going in, killing a boss, banish the boss, get the fucking bounty, just fuck off and get out. Did that a few times, and then there was a game. I think one night I won about 7 or 8, just literally either I killed the boss or someone else killed the boss, and any combat encounters I had, I'd come out fine and win and get the bounties and extract. Then the last 2 nights I've suffered horribly.
Hunt giveth and the hunt taketh.
Indeed. What's happened?
Is no doubt.
So Wednesday night. Wednesday was the patch day, wasn't it? They've reintroduced one of the old maps, Stillwater Bayou, which is on the video.
I played solo on Wednesday morning or lunchtime, I thought I'll have a couple of games solo, and got absolutely wrecked. So
Yeah, it's
I
like,
don't
what's
know.
happened? Like, I
Something
was
was in
playing the
the
new
air.
map, playing on the new Mist map, Tuesday night, I think it was. Absolutely flying, fucking kills everywhere, getting loads of points, made about $5,000 hunt. Wednesday night, new map comes out. First few games, sorry, the old map revisited, if you like, refreshed in the new engine. Just kept dying. I was just like instant death. I was like, what is fucking going on? I don't like the old map. Don't know why. The new map has made the old map shit. As far as I'm concerned, I'm like, this is fucking really boring. Used to know it like the back of my hand, and now I don't know. The new map is so different to the old maps. Everything just feels flat and boring.
Yeah, the new map, it's very rare you have long distance views across anything.
No, the new map, you do have long distance. You can have really long distance views across things. You can see, like, there's bits where you're up high, there's a big dip in between you and something else high, and you can see fucking miles. But the old maps, I don't feel like you have any really line of sight of anything unless you go up into a tower or something. Or into a building. And you still can't see that far.
The new map is excellent. I think calling the old map shit is a bit harsh.
No, well, I said it feels shit compared to the new one. Like, I used to love playing it. And now
but I went in there. I thought it was fine to go back to it. I didn't really give it much thought. I didn't.
Yeah, well, maybe it was just because it kept dying. It was really doing my head in.
You're your own man. You know what you like.
It feels so small compared to they're physically, like, the dimensions of the perimeter are the same, but it feels so small compared to the new map. And because there's so many, like, you can go through the mines in the new map, or you can go over the fucking mines outside, and there's just a lot more going on in terms of the environment. And yeah, it was just like a bit of a disappointment to go back to be honest. I was like, maybe it didn't help just dying all the time, but it just felt a bit like, it felt old compared to the new one, like weird. But maybe it'll be better when I get used to it. The thing is,
and I think you're probably a little bit the same. You know, playing these games, you have to be on your game to enjoy. You pretty much always have to be on your game to be enjoying the game. And I can run very hot and cold depending on which way the wind blows, right? If I have a shitty day, I'm feeling fucking tired or whatever, I mean, I should not be playing Hunt.
I just don't know when to quit.
I'm getting better at it. I'm still not great. I got really.
You're quite good. You come in for like 2 or 3 games and go, fuck it, I'm done. I'm like, no, we just get going.
Yeah, but I can feel myself starting to lose it. And I think now I'm doing more and more. As I feel myself starting to lose it, it means I'm not enjoying it. And if I'm not enjoying it, then it's just not going to end well. And I tell you why. It's because I just fucking get angry at you guys, and that's not right. You know, it's not. I can feel it though, you know, and it's not. It's just a knee-jerk reaction to be angry at something, and so you're angry at your friends, who are your teammates, because you've all failed. And I mean, it doesn't help when you lose a 3-on-1 when we're having really shit. I mean, that hurts a lot when we got like, what was that fight? Oh, actually, we had. I mean, there was the fight you and I had at the gasworks, right? We should have nailed that guy. 2-on-1 for ages. No, it was 3-on-1, wasn't it?
I can't remember now. I kind of put the bad shit out of my head fairly quickly, I think.
I don't. I fucking mull over.
I was just like, for fuck's sake, and move on to the next death.
Yeah. Anyway, it's great.
Because I just like, you'll go off and maybe you'll stew over that. Whereas once you've gone, I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to carry on playing on my own then. I'm going to play like 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 games after, so I don't remember the shit one. I'm just like, all of them have been shit.
Well, I liked playing with Matt the other day when he couldn't remember stuff that had gone on in the game that we were still in. So, that was a classic.
I see he'd have a few Jesus cocktails that day.
Yeah, he had a couple. All right,
so yeah,
showdown.
Still playing Hunt. You'll still hear about Hunt on the Seal podcast.
Yeah. All right, Dave, I think you got one more and then we're probably done.
Last one, Satisfactory 1.0 released.
You finished it yet?
No. I've got to tier 4. And so I'm just starting iron. If anyone, no, not iron. Steel. If anyone knows Satisfactory and playing it, which is quite a difficult milestone to.
So you starting completely from scratch?
Yes. Yep. New game. New save. Yeah.
But you're running
it's
around like a nutcase, knowing exactly what you're doing, though.
No. Kind of. Like last time I played it was like, oh no, 6 months ago. So I've got a good understanding of it, and I've got a certain sort of idea of how to set out factories and what the numbers need to be and stuff. But yeah, it's I've started at a completely different location where I've started before. At the start, you get like one of 4 starting locations, and I started at like the hardest one that you can for a challenge, and it's hard, of course. But yeah, no, it's
What's changed
yeah,
in 1.0 versus whatever the previous version?
Too much. There's a proper story. There's a lot of things that was on the map that didn't do anything. They do stuff now. In regards to aliens and alien technology. I haven't explored any of it. Well, a little bit of it. But yeah, there's basically lots of quality life. And they've taken a lot of feedback from the community on just and the mods that were available for 0.8 are now as part of the base game. Just ease of actually setting up the bases and setting up your factories, setting up all your conveyor belts and anything like that, and loads of bug fixes. I can't like describe the amount because they did like a 20-minute video when they released it and say these are the changes from it, and I can't talk for it because they literally spent 20 minutes going through every single point on what has changed since but yeah, it's a great game. I think it has optimized a little bit. I think in regards to consoles, so I think it is coming to consoles.
You got any fancy display technologies implemented like DLSS and all that hoo-ha, or is it just rendering like real time kind
of? Rendering, it's easy on the CPU and GPU. I don't know what they've done. I'm not sure if they changed or if they had already changed their engine of which they've done stuff, but it looks quite a lot better now.
It's always looked quite nice though, I think.
It always looked quite nice, but yeah, there's a lot of the weather effects. The draw distance seems and the fog seems to have like gone a lot further. The water effects. There is still a few issues when there's fire, smoke, and haze from that doesn't look quite right. But they're probably working on that. But it's a really good game. If you like factory building, if you like trains, if you like creating conveyor belts. And
what's the difference, Dave, between this and Stationeers?
Satisfactory doesn't. What is the difference? It's you're not talking about atmospheres. You're not talking about. It's a different way of interacting with things. This is.
Stationeers sounds like it pays more attention to the laws of physics.
Yeah. And there's more thermodynamics, hydrodynamics, things like that. That does exist in Satisfactory, but in a more basic way. The Satisfactory you're talking about volume of items and like huge numbers of items, whereas Stationeers you're more there's more coding. You can create scripts for automating machines, wherein is in Stationeers you're talking about what the only thing you're controlling about some of these machines is what they produce and how quickly they produce them. Whereas in Stationeers, you can configure inputs and outputs and variables that if this happens, then, or if this is in the temperature range of thing, then turn off or turn on, or whereas in Stationeers you don't have any of that. It's like just produce this at this rate. That's it's a very simplistic way of dealing with it, but you are dealing with
this is fun. Stationeers.
2 different games. Yeah, very very involving, but Satisfactory 1.0. I had to load it up.
It's still on sale. It was
it's
on
still
for
on
a bit,
sale. It's
bit
on
of a
Steam.
discount.
Yeah, 10% off at the moment.
Ooh, 10%. Ooh, you dirty devil.
It's had the biggest number of Steam players ever.
Concurrent users or whatever.
Yeah, concurrent users. I think it was in the top 10 for a brief period. I don't know if it still is. It's got a lot of traction from the whole community. 1.0 is a big milestone for any game to come out. Let's see. Oh, it's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 120,000 players right
popular.
now.
There was a game I saw the other day, looked pretty cool, but it said it was in early access and it's not due to release until 2026. I'm like, I'm not fucking buying it now, am I? I can't remember. It looked pretty good as well. It looked like it was sort of like, it looked like it could have been a released game and it still wasn't really finished for like another 18 months or so. But did say that put me off buying it was like, we don't plan to raise the price. I'm like, well, I guess I need to fucking buy it now then.
No. That Black Myth has dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, it's because that's all the Chinese people or Chinese bots that aren't playing it anymore.
All right. Is that Satisfactory done? Because I got to get out of here.
You got pizza.
Yeah, I gotta go eat.
Pizza.
And feed the starving chicks. All right. Okay. Well, if that's it, then that's a show. We've managed to get it. I feel like the last 2 shows now we've just sort of been trying to push through to get something out. There seems to be the gods against us. I got to. Because Craig shit the bed again today, didn't he? So
yeah, what was that all about? That was Discord, I think. Craig fucked up, didn't work to start with.
Yeah.
Discord then had a massive fucking fit in the middle of the show. I don't know what was going on there.
Anyway, we're limping across the finish line. All right. Okay. Thank you very much for everyone who's. Oh, Dave, you got to do your bit.
Yeah. I bet you missed it last week, didn't you?
No, Fraser did it instead.
I did it.
We didn't really though.
Thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask questions and get involved, please contact us either on our web form at sealpodcast.com. You can also contact us directly on an email at sealpodcast@gmail.com. You can contact us on our Seal Podcast Discord server. A link is pinned on X, Acast, YouTube, and we are at Seal Podcast on X. We have YouTube and Twitch channels, which we upload and stream regularly, and Fraser's doing lots of Balatro content, so I'm very happy about that. Neil, do you want to do a shout out for our chatting?
We have Arnie, who also subbed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Arnie.
Mintsafe, Andy Cox, and Quaxall said hello. He didn't. He said go peeps. But yeah, thanks for joining.
Thanks, guys.
Good. All right. Thanks very much. And then leaves me nothing left to say, but catch you next week. Thanks a lot.
See ya.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye.